Hey, Joe 200, how are you? Dr. Walsh here. You can call me John if you ever see me on campus. Today is Tuesday, April 2nd, 2019, and we're going to be going over the weekly assignment, okay, that say would arguably may be the most important component of this course for many of you. It's right up your wheelhouse in terms of your future profession, but also something that we all worry about, and that's financial planning. Okay, are we going to have enough money to survive on in our retirement years? Okay, so we come on down here, okay, and we look right here, and it's retirement planning. Okay, and we get into this and we look at the nuts and bolts of this. Alrighty, so I've kind of summarized most of it in a quick read, and there's more text that I've written up. Actually helped with my wife Julia. She does most of the financial planning in our family because she's super good at computers, and you don't I wouldn't have that scare you away, but she's just better than I am, and so she assists me in terms of our Fidelity accounts. Okay, like I said, this is right up your wheelhouse or alley as business majors, but really as everybody. Okay, we start with some kind of statistics that should blow your mind, shock and awe. Okay, we look at 2018. We see the median of people of 50 to 55 years of age. And what does the median mean? The median is basically we line up all 370 million people in the United States, okay? And then we bracket those people that are in this age group, and we look at the people that have the most amount of money on this side, okay, and the least amount of money on that side, okay? And we just line them up, okay? And starting from the least to the most, we find out who the middle person is, okay? And that's what the median is. At that age group, the median is $8,000, which is mind-blowing, okay? We tick it up a notch from 55 to 61. You're approaching retirement age now, and the median is just $17,000, which is about a month's expense, okay? Then what are you going to do, okay? Yeah, there are some super savers that have a lot more money, but the mind-blowing thing is 21% of Americans have not a penny saved for their retirement years in these age groups, in this age group right here. They think the Social Security benefit will be adequate. However, when you look at in 2019, the average Social Security benefit is only $14.61 a month. That comes out to about $17,000 a year. Hardly adequate in a city like Los Angeles. Hardly adequate in Southern California. And it doesn't cover the unexpected expenses that we were discussing last week and the week before. These are healthcare expenses, that are outside maybe what your health insurance will cover. All right, so yeah, so it's a good lesson in terms of how important financial planning is. Okay, so you don't want to be on this side of planning. You want to be prepared, and so this is what this is all about. Okay, we want you to start thinking about the different kind of mechanisms available to you for starting your financial planning and having financial security with your retirement years. Be for your parents as well, okay? All righty. We'll talk down here about Social Security, what you can do to maximize your benefit, okay? But that can't be your only mechanism. You have to do some investing. We're going to talk about what are called tax-deferred plans, okay? So the way taxation works is however much money I report as my annual income, that income bracket is taxed, okay? And the more money you make, the higher the taxable income bracket rate is, okay? If you're on the lower end and don't make that much money, the taxable rate, the percentage of your income that is taxed, is far smaller, okay? Rich people got taxed a lot more than poor people do, okay? And that's fine. What I can do is I can reduce my apparent income by investing, okay? So it's tax deferred, meaning that I will pay taxes on it when I start spending it at age 75 instead of right now when I'm 62 or back when I was 40, when I was putting money away, okay? So so the idea is that it's a tax benefit. Plus, if you invest it appropriately, you're getting compound interest on the money, okay? Meaning I start with $1,000, And I get 8% return on that $1,000 the first year. So now it's 1,080. Okay, and so you see how that's gone up, and you do that over many years, and you see that you actually will save lots and lots of money. Okay, and it's not taxed, which is awesome until you start spending it. All right, I have a 401k in my private corporation called USC, and then we have a 401(b) for government programs. These are where you take your own money, okay, and you define how you want to invest it. Okay, it's called a defined benefit. All right. You can, on your own, outside of a company, do individual retirement accounts. Okay. There are two different kinds. This one right here, okay, you are again tax deferred, so you can take that money away, and there are tables I'm going to show you that limit how much you can do annually, and then you just pay taxes on that money when you spend it when you're retired in your 70s. Okay, this is designed for you guys. Okay, it's called a Roth IRA. Okay, for young investors, again, there are limits on how much you can do. But the cool thing about this is you pay the taxes now based on your income now, which maybe is $30,000 a year. So it's a super low tax rate. And then when you go and access that money when you're 70, you've already paid taxes on it. All right. So it's tax free at that point in time, which is pretty cool. So like I said, you guys are all technologically savvy. Okay. I think you can do this. You can set up your own Vanguard and Fidelity account. And for many of you, you are going to be a money manager, investment counselor, right? So this is good stuff to learn. All righty, so we're looking here at the basics. Social Security benefit, again, it's supposed to be a safety umbrella for the less fortunate. This is not for most of us, okay? Shockingly, the maximum benefit you can get at age 67 right here is just $2,800 a month, so roughly, okay? And to get that benefit, you have to have the maximal earning, there's a table, for 35 years before you get that, okay? If you don't have that, then you're not going to get that benefit. So this is the max at $34,000 a year if you retire at 66.7 years of age, okay? Now, you can delay this, okay? Keep working. Don't access it. If you delay it to 70 years of age, it's going to kick it up by 30% right here. Okay, compared to what was offered at 66.7. So that's going to increase my benefit from the $34,000 that I had at age 67 to now $44,000 at age 70. So that's, that's a pretty big incentive, especially if you can keep working. I'm going to be one of those old professors on campus that you're going to say, when is that guy going to retire? Well, I'm going to retire after I get to this point in time. Okay, all right, cool. You can use this planner right here. Go ahead and check it out. I'm not going to open it. I'm not going to play with it. I mean, you can see by clicking on it. There's a I've made a Word file, and then there's also hey, I might remodel my house. That's what that is. Okay, so so this just goes through the percent changes based on where you're going to retire. Okay. All right, so you see there's almost a 30% increase at 69.9. If I retire at 66, okay, you see it's at 100%. Okay, and don't forget the big penalty if you do it before then. It goes the other way. All right, so that's what that's all about. Okay, so I'm out of here. Okay, there's my stair rail, maybe. Okay, all right. So go ahead and play with that, okay? Become familiar with it. Okay, so now we're going to have a little definition again of what these retirement strategies are, okay? Like I said, you can invest, okay? There's a maximum investment for your 401ks, IRAs, Roth IRAs, okay? With a 401k, you have matching funds from your employer oftentimes, which is awesome, okay? There are limits on how much you can do annually. This talks about it right here, and I'm going to show you the table down below, okay? This is a defined contribution, okay? All right, so if we look at the matching funds of my employer, like a professor at USC, okay, the maximum total 401k contribution I can make, okay, that includes my funds and my employer's matching funds, is $55,000 per year. Okay, if I'm under age 50. If I'm over age 50, I can do a catch-up right here. Okay, and I can invest more. All right, that is awesome. Same thing over here when we're looking at the IRA accounts. Okay, and it talks about the catch-up on there. Okay, all right. So go ahead and look back through that. All right, so that's my defined contribution. I'm defining how much of the money I have earned I want to contribute to my retirement plan. Okay, a defined pension is a whole different story, and this is made to the individual solely by the employer. Okay, it disappears when the individual dies. Okay, sometime limited spousal and underage child benefits that could disappear at age 18. All right. Typical of this is firefighters, police officers, congressional workers, city workers, public school teachers, etc. Okay, they can, in addition, take their own money into a 403b plan. We're not going to talk about that. Okay, all righty. I want you guys just to go read through this stuff. Okay, why you would never take a 401k out and put it into an IRA. Okay, it's a loss of money in terms of fees. Okay, and other types of limitations. Okay, don't get convinced into that. I want you to read up on this as financial planners. Okay, so I'm going to zoom this up a little bit so we can see it a little better. Okay, so we're looking at right here the limits that were set into action in 2018. Okay, in terms of how much you can put in. All right, under age 50, again, I can put $18,500 a year into my 401k plan. All right, an IRA, okay, which is an individual retirement account with deferred taxation, is $5,500, or the Roth IRA, which you can do now, is $5,500 a year. When you're over age 50, okay, you have this catch-up where they want people to invest, okay, and that's $24,500 a year for my matching fund 401k, and this is $6,500 a year for my IRA or my Roth IRA. Okay, this explains a little bit about what's going on. Okay, you can define your risk in your Fidelity accounts, get more conservative in your mutual funds, which are bundled stocks. These are called equities. Okay, and bonds, and these are loans that you make to either government or to a private corporation. All right. Again, these mutual funds have different categories, So an example, big categories is Dow Jones Industrial, the NASDAQ, the S&P 500, but there are thousands of different categories that you can invest in. Pharmaceutical sector, you can invest in whatever sector you want, and you just define your risk. Are you going to go to a blue chip company that's a big company that is less likely to fold during a recession, but maybe not give you as much return as a startup company, okay, that is high risk but high potential to make a lot of money. Okay, all right, that's how that's all done. Okay, this talks to you about another way of investing, not mutual funds, but called exchange traded funds. It's more like you're a stockbroker, but it's these large bundles of equities and bonds, not individual stocks. Okay, all righty. This describes to you what a bond is, okay? So a bond, again, is a loan that you make to either a government agency or to a private corporation, okay? You purchase a bond with a value of a guaranteed dollar amount of return. So they're safe. They don't have as large a return as, say, a stock market portfolio. This is the equities right here, okay? And the way it works, you heard about a yield. Yield is the guaranteed percentage of your investment that you're going to get back. Okay. When you hear that the yield is going up, that means to get that guaranteed rate of money when you first purchased the bonds, that means that they're actually having to do at a higher percentage so that you still get that same $5 because the principal of the bond is tanking. Okay, so anytime you hear, oh, the yields are going up, that's a bad thing. Okay, it means the value of your bond has tanked, so that if you ever wanted to sell it, you're not going to be able to sell it for as much money. Okay, they track interest rates. Okay, so bond values go down. Okay, the yields go up when our lending rate from the Federal Reserve goes up. Okay, so that's how that all works. Alrighty, annuities. Okay, this is a contract you make with an insurance company. Okay, it's a guaranteed return of investment after when you start accessing it upon retirement. They take all your money then and they invest it however they want. So they're assuming that they're going to make more money on your investment than how much they're going to pay you for the annuity. That's why they do it. Plus, there are tons of fees. Okay, these are really, really controversial. They're more a sales pitch method for investment counselors to make money than they are a benefit to you as somebody who's doing your own financial planning. So I would avoid that. Okay, here's some cool articles on this. Okay, all right, so this right here is the final article. Again, be wary. Okay, and it's like we all get busy, and I was right here with you on this. I got so busy I wasn't watching what was going on with my mom's retirement, and here she was a 95-year-old woman, and her financial planner had her in a bunch of individual stocks that he was turning over. He was buying and selling and buying and selling. All right, so we're looking at this person's this particular case, this woman's mother, and had a stock portfolio of about $1.3 million in 2017. That year was charged $128,000 in commission. That's 10% fees. That's outrageous, outrageous. Okay, you have to be aware of this. Okay, and this is again looking at the J.P. Morgan company, big time company. Okay. You don't want to be in a bunch of individual stocks, especially if you're old, okay? Because what if we have an economic downturn, okay? And those stocks lose all their value. You get buffered from that by doing mutual funds where you've invested in thousands of companies. So one company goes down and the other one doesn't, okay? So that's why you do mutual funds. And here's an example of why investing in individual stocks is a bad idea. First of all, it shows you again how horrible this scenario is. We're looking here at 56 to 61 years of age. Nobody's invested. This is when the stock market was raging. Again, the median was only $35,000. We had the Great Recession, and you see how things just tanked. Okay, and if you had all your money bundled in individual stocks, you were in a really, really bad situation. Okay, all righty. So we want you guys to tell us in this discussion your strategies for investing. That's what this is all about. All right, so that's a lot thrown at you, okay? If I come back here again, this table, in terms of annual limits, okay, I have provided you a link for that, and that is right here. Okay, so if we click on that, I'm going to open my Excel file, and there. It comes. All right, so there it is. I put it in the PowerPoint. So that's everything along with all the links to all this stuff, the different sources that I used, IRS, Time Magazine, things like that. Okay, and it goes over the limits. Okay, something that's important for all of you to know. All right. Okay, good. We're all on board with that. All right, guys. So it's really excellent. Okay, that you understand all this. Okay. Again, you look at the maximum total annual 401k contribution. Okay, we saw that in the table, that's for an individual, but if you have matching funds, you can really bump this up. And that's why you compare that $55,000 a year to the limit right here, okay, of an individual. Having the matching funds is awesome. So when you choose a job, find out about those matching funds, okay? All right, guys, the paper's coming up. This is a good topic for you to talk to your parents, grandparents about, and that is financial planning, because it's time for their wisdom to be passed on to you. All right, guys, we will see you next time.